Hello, I'm Avery and before I get started, I'd like to share something about myself. Don't be shocked, but I like money. I've been with money and I've been without money. I'll let you figure out which one is more fun. I take a wild guess that most of you guys like money as well. And if that is the case, then I'd like to introduce you to my major claim of my argument, which is that buying and owning a manual transmission car is more advantageous than an automatic car. Now, to clarify, I mean selecting the manual option of the car when you buy the car, not that all manual cars are better than all other automatic cars. Also, by manual car, I mean the one you have to shift the gears yourself, not like the paddle shifter or, I invite you to accept this claim for 3 reasons. 1, manual tends to get better gas mileage. 2, they usually have less problems with them. And 3, automatics really only have one advantage to getting. Using those 3 reasons, I'll explain why manuals are more advantageous than automatics. Reason number 1, manuals usually get better gas mileage. Manuals get better gas mileage because they have a more efficient way of transferring the engine's power to the wheels. And they do this because they don't use a torque converter. And I don't really expect you to know what that is, so I'll explain it. A torque converter is a device that takes the power from the engine and converts it to the wheels using a thick liquid. According to Derek Fung from caradvice.com, because the engine spins the drive shaft indirectly, a certain amount of power, generally less than 10%, is lost. Which means that just because your car is an automatic, you can lose up to 10%, literally just because it's an automatic. Now, this is true for most cars, and even more so for cars that are made before 2013. That's because the technology wasn't as good as it is today. According to Carol Locknett from Edmunds.com, the 2014 Ford Focus manual gets an average of 30 miles per gallon, but the automatic with the super fuel economy package gets about 33, which is saying that even though most manuals do get better gas mileage, it would be wrong for me to sit up here and tell you that every time you choose a manual, you're gonna get better gas mileage. But the odds are still in favor of manuals because 9 times out of 10, if you get the manual option, you're gonna get better gas mileage. And not only is the manual usually better with gas, they're usually lower maintenance and more affordable than automatics. Which brings me to my second point, that manual cars have less problems with them. Manual cars tend to have less problems with them because, according to an article on New York Daily News, most manual transmissions tend to be less complex than automatics, meaning that fewer things go wrong in the first place. The only repair item frequently seen on most manuals is the clutch. And this component usually doesn't require changing for hundreds of thousands of miles under ideal conditions. I can tell you from experience, the only problem I've ever had with the manual car is the clutch. And also, according to Alex Glenn from an article on eSurance, replacing the transmission on an automatic tends to run into the neighborhood of $3,000, but on a manual just $1,200 to $1,500. So even when payments do need to be made, the manual is still a cheaper and more affordable option. Now, shown out with manuals, you get better gas mileage and that they're usually less of a hassle with maintenance. But in order to fully prove my claim, I have to also show the advantages of owning an automatic car, which brings me to my third point. The only good advantage of owning an automatic car is that you don't need to know how to drive a manual car. People get an automatic because they don't know how to drive a manual or they don't want to learn. And I can tell you from experience that learning to drive a manual car isn't that hard if you take the time to understand how it works. And all manuals have a better chance of keeping money in your pocket, and the only thing you really have to do is learn how to drive them. For these reasons, I strongly urge you to accept that buying and or owning a manual transmission car is more advantageous than an automatic car.
Okay, Avery, a lot of the things that are the basic components of the argumentative process are done very clearly, just a simple checkoff process. You've got a clear statement of the proposition. There's a good preview of what the supporting material is. I thought that was good. I appreciated a little bit of humor that you had at the beginning of the speech to get our attention and to also indicate some elements of what the controversy is on this particular subject, so that's fine. So you're doing fine there. The material is also organized in the body of the speech pretty clearly. I thought you had excellent transitions between the points, so it makes it sound very smooth. That also enhances your delivery and makes you sound more credible. I do think that you could probably use a little bit more information on a couple of points. The explanation of the torque converter and the notion that it has a decrease in the fuel efficiency is partially explained, but I think you need a little bit more information on this, and especially since the one set of statistics that you give us that you actually document reaches the opposite conclusion when it talks about the one specific car. All of the others, you say, well, 9 out of 10 times, that's on the second point, 9 out of the 10 times, it's going to be the other way around. And I'm going, okay, well, where's that evidence? I guess it's just assuming the loss of efficiency that you're talking about because of the torque converter. But again, there are technology issues that might address that point. I don't know. That's why I think you needed to have a little bit more information on that particular point. I did like some of the citations that you had for information. I thought you were pretty good at providing sources for that. There's basic factual data. The information about the clutch cost, for instance, versus the transmission seems like that's fine. It's a very basic argument. I think there's some reasonable inferences that are being made here. I think you could make a stronger argument for the position that you've got, but it's nicely delivered and reasonably summarized. The criticisms that I have are mostly in terms of finding some additional proof for your point. I thought you explained the argument reasonably well. All right, thank you.